Just as space travel profoundly influenced pop culture in the 20th and 21st centuries, when the first hot air balloon rose in the late 18th century, it influenced art, literature, and music for decades to come. The National Air and Space Museum collects art and other memorabilia related to ballooning to help tell this story. For every museum collection, there needs to be people to take care of it. For the National Air and Space Museum, a lot of the objects collected hold significance to the history of humans in flight and could not be replaced. Because of this, it's important to keep the objects safe for public viewing, research, and education for future generations. We have a robust team that takes care of objects in our collection when they are both on and off display. They do this by storing or displaying objects in a way that prevent damage. Cleaning, fixing, and stabilizing objects to prevent further deterioration. Restoring objects to the way they looked at a certain time. And keeping thorough records on what objects are made out of and what has been done to them. We have experts that specialize in restoring aircraft and spacecraft, conserving models, and even taking care of art.
The Evelyn Way Kendall Ballooning and Early Aviation Collection was collected by Mrs. Kendall in the 1900s, and it's a collection that's about 700 artifacts and artworks related to ballooning and other early aircraft. I'm a museum specialist with the Collections Processing Unit. So that entails cataloging everything, putting it in proper storage, and taking photographs of all the objects so that we can put them in the database so we don't have to pull every object out of storage every time a curator or researcher wants to look at it. So this is an example of one of our objects. This is a bandbox or hat box it was made roughly in the 1850s. And it's commemorating a flight that was done by Richard Clayton in Ohio in 1835. And you can see here an example of the type of boxes I'm making for the objects to reduce handling and protect it in storage. Now normally this would have a lid, but you can see it has a drop front so that we can open the box and then you don't have to reach into the box to get the object. We can just slide it out. And I've also put bumpers on every side of the box so that it won't wobble around when you're carrying the box.
Conservators are really interested in what materials objects are made of so they can decide the best way to take care of it.
I'm a conservator, and my specialty is in paper and photographic materials. This print, for example, came to us with several edge tears, and whatever they had been repaired with in the past unfortunately left staining on the paper. So to remove the previous repairs, I bathed the paper, which also reduced some of the staining. Unfortunately, 2 of the corners were missing, but in order to repair that, I made 2 new corners out of an archival paper, which I toned to match the original paper. These are just a few of the many varied artifacts that we have here in the Kendall collection.
Have you seen the bulletin boards in a classroom at the end of the year? Wow, that construction paper fades. But now that you know about conservation and preservation, you can preserve those works of art and photographs that you have at home. Which ones are you going to work on first? Let us know down in the comments section. And if you liked this video, be sure to follow STEM in 30 on Facebook and Twitter and subscribe to the National Air and Space Museum's YouTube channel.